The XRP wallet belonging to Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb has been displaying suspicious activities since July 2022 as a series of withdrawal attempts seek to take out millions of XRP. So, what could be the possible explanation for this suspicious development? By the way, the XRP Ledger may have fallen victim to a relentless distributed denial of service attack, marking a tumultuous period for the blockchain. Not only that, an XRP Etf from 21 shares has surfaced on asset manager Fidelity Investments' web-based platform, sparking mixed reactions and controversy in the XRP community. But does this mean that Fidelity has really launched an XRP Etf? Finally, Ben Armstrong, a prominent figure in the crypto space, has argued XRP's potential to grow by 1,135%. However, does this mean that XRP's highly anticipated surge to $7 is programmed? Stick with me till the end to find out more. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on the 15th of January. Flipthechain, a crypto educational content provider, first called the public's attention to the withdrawal attempts in a recent post on X. Notably, the transactions began on July 17, 2022, but they all failed, as the XRP wallet had already been depleted by McCaleb. Recall that McCaleb, who co-founded OpenCoin, now Ripple, with Chris Larsen and Arthur Brito in September 2012, withdrew and sold off all the XRP allotted to him on July 17, 2022, after 8 years of systemically dumping the tokens from his taco stand wallet. For context, each of the three Ripple founders received a share of 20 billion XRP for their contributions to the firm. However, Jed McCaleb left Ripple in 2014 to launch Stellar after a disagreement with the executive team. McCaleb left with his XRP holdings, amounting to about 9 billion XRP. McCaleb aimed to dump his XRP holdings, but a lockup agreement entered by the Ripple founders limited his sales to 1 billion XRP per year. This agreement aimed to avoid the cascading market effect of a large-scale dump. McCaleb continued to withdraw and sell off his XRP after his departure, eventually emptying the taco stand wallet in July 2022. However, a look at the Ripple co-founder's wallet shows that there have been more withdrawal attempts nearly a year after McCaleb emptied the wallet. Interestingly, the first of these suspicious attempts came up on July 17, 2022. At the time, the wallet still held over 1 million XRP. Nonetheless, this withdrawal attempt sought to take out 3.89 million XRP on 2 occasions. Both transactions failed, as the address held much less than that. About 10 hours after the failed withdrawal attempts, McCaleb made his last successful withdrawal on July 17, 2022, amounting to 1.1 million XRP. On-chain data confirms that Jed McCaleb eventually moved these tokens to Bitstamp and sold them off, as with previously withdrawn ones. While the July 2022 outbound transaction was the last one, a slew of other withdrawal attempts came up last May, looking to take out 2.9 million XRP and 2.5 million XRP on several occasions. Notably, there were 14 withdrawal attempts from May 28, 2023 to June 11, 2023. All withdrawals failed because the wallet only has a balance of 157 XRP, out of which 18 XRP is reserved, leaving just 139 XRP as an available spendable balance. So, what could be the best possible explanation for all these? Well, the attempted transactions have sparked speculation, with some XRP proponents suggesting that they could represent attempts to siphon funds from the Ripple co-founder's wallet. However, this is not entirely accurate. A close observation suggests that the transactions are due to bot activity. Specifically, the nature of the transaction shows that McCaleb must have activated a bot to withdraw certain amounts of XRP at a specified interval. However, it appears this automated withdrawal prompt has not been deactivated, leading to more withdrawal attempts while the wallet is empty. Recall that the first of these failed transactions occurred in July 2023, when the wallet still had over 1 million XRP. Despite having this amount, the balance was not sufficient to meet the automated withdrawal demand, leading to a failed transaction. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Magnetic X, a leading DEX project on XRPL, revealed the extent of an assault in a recent tweet. According to the project, XRPL has been under siege since December 26, 2023, with hundreds of accounts orchestrating millions of transactions daily in an attempt to sabotage the network. Specifically, Magnetic X noted that the attackers utilize a strategic approach involving numerous wallets sending minuscule amounts to a specific target wallet. Furthermore, Magnetic X speculated that the continuous transactions could be an internal stress test or that ill-intentioned entities are working to bring down the XRPL network. Regardless of the motive, the XRPL project lamented the consequences are dire for regular network users and development teams. Magnetic X, being a leading DEX project on XRPL, has not escaped unscathed. It disclosed that the assault resulted in its applications being incapable of retrieving transaction history and subscribing to network transaction updates. This predicament unfolded as network nodes became overwhelmed, causing operations to decelerate. However, Magnetic X noted efforts to mitigate the impact have been underway. They include optimizing its code, adjusting node configurations, and securing additional resources. Meanwhile, the XRPL DEX raised a pressing concern about XRPL's ability to handle increased transaction loads. It pointed out that the network is experiencing issues at 60 to 70 transactions per second, questioning the widely touted 1500 TPS capacity. This has also prompted concerns about the fate of public nodes and those with limited capacities. As reported previously, the surge in XRPL transaction count followed the emergence of fake inscriptions, weighing heavily on the network's processing power. Mayuka Vidari, senior software engineer at RippleX, provided clarification on the recent events. He argued the situation was not a deliberate attack but rather a mere surge in activity due to inscription-focused transactions. Other members of the community shared this sentiment. For example, X-user Gustflater emphasized that the observed uptick in transactions was a consequence of the open-source nature of XRPL. Moreover, Gustflater advocated that the XRPL should be robust enough to handle increased transaction activity. The commenter added that if individuals or entities choose to stress test the network, they should be allowed to do so. Well, that's not all. Notably, the official X account of the Good Morning Crypto podcast shared a screenshot of the XRP Etf displayed on Fidelity Investments' digital platform. The account touted it as a recent development, insinuating that Fidelity might have unveiled an XRP Etf. However, this is not completely accurate. The commentary suggested that 2024 could be a pivotal year for XRP, with investment firm Grayscale and asset manager Fidelity both offering XRP products. Recall that Grayscale recently re-added XRP to its Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund. The decision came on the back of the July 2023 ruling from Judge Annalisa Torres, declaring XRP a non-security. Grayscale had removed XRP from the product in January 2020 amid the legal battle surrounding its security status. The recent reintroduction sparked speculation of an imminent XRP Etf from the firm. Interestingly, amid the sustained discussions around spot Bitcoin ETFs, XRP proponents have continued to push for an XRP Etf, citing the asset's unique legal clarity in the United States. The purported ETP from Fidelity has sparked a wave of elation among these proponents, but how accurate is this discovery? Well, an investigation carried out by us and some renowned crypto websites confirms that Fidelity has not really launched an XRP ETP. For the uninitiated, an ETP is a broader category that includes ETFs, exchange-traded funds, and other similar instruments like exchange-traded notes, ETN. Simply put, all ETF are ETP, but not all ETP are ETF. A simple search on Fidelity shows that the product displayed on the asset manager's platform is an XRP ETP launched by Ammonius AG, a Swiss-based financial institution. Ammonius launched the XRP ETP, ticker AXRP, in April 2019 to trade on public Swiss exchanges like the SIX Swiss Exchange. A year later, Ammonius made a rebrand of its ETP investment line to bear the brand 21 shares. As a result, all Ammonius ETPs, including the XRP ETP, XRP, started bearing the brand name 21 shares. The ammonious XRP Etf is the same 21 shares XRP Etf spotlighted by us in a previous report last November. While the product continues to trade, it is not an ETP launched in the US, nor is it a new one, as opposed to circulating claims. Notably, the product is 100% backed by physical XRP and boasts $51.3 million in assets under management per data from a current fact sheet. While not registered in the US, the product's custody service provider is Coinbase Custody, the choice of most asset managers looking to launch a Bitcoin ETF. Authorized participants also include US-headquartered trading firms such as Jane Street. Now to our big question for the day. Following Ben Armstrong's latest argument, is XRP's potential to grow by 1,135% to $7 likely programmed? Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. In a recent YouTube video, Armstrong projected impressive XRP and Solana price outlooks in the emerging bull season. Specifically, he envisioned XRP hitting $7 in the bull market. Considering XRP's market value around 56 cents, this bullish forecast translates to a 1,135% growth. On the other hand, Armstrong set a target of $1,000 for Solana, specifically noting the price point is attainable in 2024. This target represents a 952% growth rate from Solana's current value of around $95. Furthermore, Armstrong expressed confidence in these predictions, emphasizing that the ambitious figures might not even represent a peak for these digital assets. Moreover, the analyst highlighted the proximity of the multiplier factors to provide further insight into the basis of the $7 and $1,000 projections. He noted that XRP's path to $7 implies an 11 to 12-fold increase. Likewise, Armstrong pointed out that Solana's journey from $101 to $1,000 requires a similar 10-fold increase in price. Meanwhile, Armstrong highlighted a key contrast between XRP and Solana in the current bull run. He emphasized that Solana has undergone a significant surge, describing its current figures as inflated. Note that SOL has grown from a low of $13 to as high as $121 last year. Despite its recent dip below the $100 threshold, the asset is still up 630% since January 2023. However, XRP has not experienced a comparable astronomical gain for holders. So, why is an XRP $7 likely programmed? Well, Armstrong anticipates a steady rise for XRP, projecting its peak to align with Ripple's upcoming initial public offering. He envisions significant excitement and potential fireworks surrounding XRP when the Ripple IPO is launched. Besides, the analyst argued that the successful launch of an Ethereum ETF would further create a bullish case for XRP. He theorized that with a live spot Ethereum ETF, market participants would begin searching for the next promising cryptocurrency to receive a spot ETF. XRP, being the only altcoin with US regulatory clarity, positions it as the next option. As a result, Armstrong expressed confidence that an XRP price of $7 is attainable toward the end of the coming bull market. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments section. Make sure you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.